Welcome to the Death Battle cast. Hi, we're the cast and crew of Death Battle. I'm Ben, voice of Wiz, joined by Chad over there, voice of Boomstick.
What? You skipped me.
Well, because he's Boomstick. I usually introduce him second.
Oh, wow. That's right. You hear that, Liam?
Shit.
In the middle is Liam.
Yeah, in the middle of all this turmoil.
And we got two amazing people who haven't been on cast in either a little while or ever. So first is Nick, editor and extraordinaire. So
Yo.
awesome to have you here. And for the first time ever, it's Scott.
Hey, yeah, they got me on. Finally, a topic I know how to talk about.
Dragon Ball kicking and screaming.
So Scott is a producer of Death Battle. Without him, this whole show would fall apart. Everybody
Scott
would be
is the
scrambling.
glue that
Yes.
holds the new team of Death Battle all together.
Mhm.
Yes,
Extremely
exactly.
generous.
It's we literally would not know where to go or who to talk to.
I don't know how you
without
keep
Scott.
all this stuff I don't know how you keep all this stuff on track. I can barely keep
Oh.
my own stuff on track, which is but a fraction of this entire show. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I
mad
just
props.
close my computer at the end of the day and then just have a total breakdown.
Yeah, cool.
Just restart the next day.
And look at that mustache, everybody. Just
Yes.
Look
Look
at
at
it. Behold it.
Yeah.
How often do you twirl it?
Oh, all the time, every day.
Very Pancho Villa-esque.
Perfect. All right, so we have a very different kind of Death Battle cast for you today. We're trying something a little different. Instead of doing a community death battle, we're going to be doing a tier list brainstorm breakdown. I don't really know what to call it. We're making up a tier list of Dragon Ball Z characters. Woohoo! So we're just going to go around and kind of go through a list of characters from Dragon Ball Z and figure out which one is what tier, A, B, C, or trash tier.
Get ready for the hot takes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're
along with you
coming.
guys, though.
Yes. Along with everybody who's in the chat right now, if you're not watching this live, we do this live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Time. We've got it both on Rooster Teeth live on roosterteeth.com and Death Battle's YouTube channel, where members can pop into a live chat. I just want to say thank you to all the members who have been supporting this new Death Battle membership program we've been doing. It's been awesome seeing you guys interact with all the membership content we've been putting up on the channel. And we're really looking forward to sharing more with you guys as we move on. Okay, so we also, speaking of stuff to share, later on in the show, we will have a sneak peek for the upcoming death battle of Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
Second episode of the season, and it's a doozy. It's one hell of an episode. We're starting this season off with a literal bang, I think. With
Two of the most powerful characters ever in the history of the show.
One of the craziest animations, literally, that we've
Yeah.
ever had, and Harley Jinx, and then two of the most powerful characters ever to be on Death Battle.
Yeah.
And this is just the start. All right, but let's go ahead and bring up the tier list and see where we're starting.
Right into it.
Yeah,
It's going to take a while.
we have a total of 40 characters to get to. Now, we are only doing Dragon Ball Z characters, because otherwise we'd be here forever.
Yeah.
And it's been narrowed down to main-ish characters that are like super important to the plot. So unfortunately, like characters like Kami and Launch are not here because they're more Dragon Ball characters than Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Launch
Chaozu's
isn't even
honestly
in Z.
only here because it's funny.
Yeah. He
Hey,
technically fought.
Come on.
He technically fought Nappa.
Yeah, he technically
And fought is very generous.
He
did
grabbed
nothing.
him.
You made him explode
Well,
a little bit.
He
we'll get
farted
to
on
it.
him.
We'll get to Chaozu. Let's start with
Yeah.
the first one on the tier or on the list, which is Raditz. I
Yeah.
feel like we're gonna set a good standard here with the first couple characters here.
I have a
Trash.
maybe this is a hot take. I think Raditz is like A, and I'm not joking. I think that Raditz has a narrative purpose to establish what Goku would have looked like if he had been raised differently, if he had been raised in the Saiyan tradition.
A little wuss.
And I think he is supposed to be overwhelmingly powerful to the point where Goku has to like sacrifice his own life to beat him, which had never happened up until this point. And then the fact that Vegeta and Nappa come in and are so clearly more powerful than him, like even the Cybermen are more powerful, further makes them even more threatening, and I think creates this atmosphere in the Saiyan saga of like pervasive dread and overwhelming odds, which I don't think is ever really recaptured in Dragon Ball, in my opinion. So I think
Yeah.
Raditz is like an A.
But he's such a dick, and then when it actually and then when it actually comes time like that he realizes he's gonna die, like instead of being like, yeah, I'm gonna go out with like the confidence I've had, he's like a total coward. He's like, no, like he starts freaking out, man. Like, I don't know, that drops him a
works.
little bit in my book.
I think that's a really good argument, Liam. I just don't agree with how threatening he seems.
I
he seems
always
threatening
wanted
at
to see
first.
him as a Super Saiyan, though. Imagine
For
that
sure.
gigantic
Super Saiyan
hair,
3.
just like
Yeah.
10 feet tall.
That's what Super Saiyan 3 is. He demolishes Goku and Piccolo, though. Like, they can't do any. They have to grab the tail.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but,
Goku has to
okay, so
commit
one thing,
suicide.
they're able to grab the tail. I don't know. I feel like that battle with him by the pod just isn't. Maybe it just goes on too long. Maybe in Kai, I think it's a lot better. But it just like it just starts to feel at a certain point where he's really powerful.
I'm also going
but he's
off
just
of
like
manga.
dicking around.
Like, I never watched
the manga as well.
anime. I just read the manga. It's a lot
So
better.
I don't know. I definitely agree that he's not trash tier.
I don't think he's bottom tier. I
Yeah,
think he's like way too important.
He's like mid to low, I think. Like, I fully agree with everything you said, Liam, about his point, like narratively speaking. I think there's not a whole lot that he does that Vegeta and Nappa don't do themselves and do better. Like the one thing is he's Goku's brother, but I constantly forget that Goku had a brother. You know what I mean?
There's no,
He's ultimately
That's
pretty
true.
forgettable at
there's
the end of the
no,
day.
yeah,
That's true.
absolutely.
So B, everybody okay with B tier for Raditz?
Well,
I think
Isaiah De Leon in the chat said Raditz isn't developed enough to be above C tier.
That's a good point.
Ooh, if okay,
Fair,
all right,
fair.
we can go with that, but we're gonna get a lot of C tiers. We're gonna get a lot of C tiers.
I mean, that's a good point.
Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and put him in C tier for now. We can always change. We're not locking things into tiers.
I think
right
I'll just
away.
say I think it's
But-
very impressive that Raditz was able to sell, in my opinion, the fact that Goku is an alien. Because a lot of people were introduced to with Dragon Ball with Z.
That's true. That's true.
And don't know that Goku being an alien is the most insane fucking thing you've ever heard. If you started with Dragon Ball.
I think we can bump him to B tier. Unless somebody here is really opposed to it, I think we can bump him to a B tier just because of
No higher
the
than that,
mark.
Gotta
mark that he's got.
compromise.
It's gonna be low B, but I think
We're probably gonna
B
compromise
minus.
with Mr. Satan with me.
I will say
So-
the majority of what I saw in the chat was C or D.
All
So
right,
I feel like if
fine,
we
then
want to be
C.
nice to him, we should put him into C.
We'll do C. Okay, so one thing I do want to say as we look back at the tier here. So we have A, B, C, and trash, and then above that is S and GOAT. The way this is going to work is only one character can be the GOAT. Only one character can be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And that is going to be voted on by everybody based on the S tier. In order to get into S tier, you have to be eligible to be the greatest of all time. And we're only going to have, by the end of the show, 4 in S tier that can be voted on. The top 4, essentially. That's what we're going to do. All right. We got to keep moving. We got Krillin next.
Yeah,
A.
S tier.
Easy.
A,
Not S.
A or S for sure.
I'm
for me.
going to say A because I think that there are other S's that, or if there's only 4 S's available, I think there's other candidates that are better, but I could definitely see either.
Krillin
thinking-
has
I'm
done
thinking A.
Krillin has
Sorry,
done
go ahead.
so much with
Yeah.
what life gave him.
I
This
think he's-
tiny little man has worked his ass
He's
off to like,
He's such a great everyman.
yeah.
He starts off as like this piece of shit that like learns to be better.
He's so supportive. He's coming in critical moments. Like, he's just awesome,
Throws
dude. He's
laser
been a,
pizzas.
yeah,
He almost
he's been a
beats
cop at
Goku.
one point, and he banged an android and grew hair. Like,
He almost
He
beats
always
Android
knows he's
grow
gonna
hair.
get his
He just
ass
waxed
beat.
it.
I know, I
Doesn't
just
almost
like
beats
stop.
Android. He almost beats Goku in their second tournament when they're kids. Like Goku was holding back, but he was surprised by like how, and he almost beats Piccolo. Piccolo's like, whoa, fuck,
Yeah,
this
so-
guy is this.
I
guy's
mean,
tough.
we're
not doing power levels.
just
but-
doing Dragon Ball Z. But
Oh, so we're not taking into consideration any development.
we
from-
can, but
We can do whatever we want.
because some of these get into. I don't want to get too far into like Super and how these characters change and whatnot per se.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I feel like that might change opinions.
Yeah,
I think
but-
A tier. There's so many things that I could say about Krillin, and
Yeah.
a lot of them are pretty
Okay.
specific to Krillin that are good. But there's another character who I think is more worthy of being S for many of the same reasons that Krillin is. So
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
thinking A for Krillin.
All right.
Let's
I
put
agree.
Krillin in A, but with the caveat that if there's maybe we might bump him to S depending on how this goes.
He doesn't do anything in the Boo tier or in Boo Saga, and he doesn't really do anything in Cell either. So
He's
I think
really
not
good
really.
in the Frieza saga, but
he
other than
stops
that.
being important like halfway into Z.
All
So I
right,
think
let's
that's-
talk about the androids. Androids
doing
16,
something
17, 18, and 19. Talk about all four of them together. So if you don't recall, obviously everybody remembers 17 and 18, right? The twins.
Mhm.
Android 16 is the one who loves birds. It was designed to kill
Yeah,
Goku.
he's chill. I like him.
Android 19.
Let's
Is
be real.
the
19's the
mime?
bottom tier.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
the bottom
Yeah.
tier of the androids.
Yeah.
absolutely.
We could put him in trash tier, right? That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's literally
I think-
garbage.
I think probably out of the three remaining, I'd put 17 next, and then it's kind of a battle for 18 and 16 in my mind for who's
Mm.
the best.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
16 was a little more short-lived, so
Go for
18's
it,
got more
Scott.
character development. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Discuss.
I
think
think
16
16
is-
on S tier.
Yeah, I love
I think
18.
she's
I'd
badass.
put her on A. I think 16 is probably the worst. I think he's cool, but he doesn't
no
like.
way.
he
16
doesn't do anything.
super
Chill.
super fun to play in Dragon Ball Fighters. I will tell you that.
Yeah,
Like that
okay,
wins
yeah,
him over some more
okay.
for me.
He's really cool,
Grappler,
but he
yeah.
doesn't do any. He fights. He loses to Cell. Like Android 16 is like Dragon Ball Z power level fodder, in that like he has a battle that his purpose there is to lose to the villain so that the villain gets stronger and is made to look really powerful.
That's
And
exactly
that's
what
like-
18 does too.
I know. Well, she beats Vegeta. She's the first person to
Yeah.
beat
That-
a Super Saiyan in a fair fight.
Yes.
That's the thing. That moment, like, is so
18
amazing
breaking-
because she just
breaking him,
makes
yeah.
Vegeta her bitch. Like when
Yeah.
she breaks his arm, you're like, oh my god.
That's
Like-
really hype.
I
Yeah.
will say, I think 16 is a really cool and interesting character off panel. I think
Ye-
that the ideas behind the character and like what he represents and what he does is a really cool concept. I just don't think it's executed all that well.
What's funny is
'cause
that
it's like
he already
he's
exists.
a Terminator to kill Goku, and he's like Jiro's son, supposedly, which isn't explored at all. And then he's the catalyst for Gohan turning Super Saiyan 2. But the way it's done is sort of like, Gohan, don't be sad, be mad, and then just sort of happens.
Yeah.
It could be better.
Yeah,
So
the
I don't
parts
know.
are all there. That's
C-Spot
kind of-
Dinner says B for bird. I'm fine with this.
I'm on board with that. B for bird. Okay, 16 is B.
Bird.
18, I think, is A or S. So we can just put her in S for now. We
Put
can
her
bump
in
it
S.
down if we need to.
S.
It's like
Um,
she did such cool. She's such a cool, interesting looking character. Like she's such a
She has a
just,
great design.
like female badass.
17.
Like she.
yeah, we need to move on though. But 17, where does 17 go?
17 is in my
A?
mind
I would put
nearly
him
as
in
good as
B.
18 because there's
I
such
don't
like
think
a combo, a pair, but
Mm.
at the end of the day, he doesn't bring as much to the table that 18 does, in my opinion.
He doesn't
18
marry
at least has
Krillin.
a more-
Didn't-
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. 18 doesn't have. He's not as fully fleshed out as 18 character.
17 becomes A or S, I think, in Super, but in
Yeah,
Z,
yeah.
B.
He doesn't really do anything in Z besides fight.
He is the
with
driving
the-
force. Like, he is the one who actually is like, let's go fight Goku. The other
Yeah.
two are
And
just
he
like,
just
I don't give a
disappears.
shit. Yeah,
He
then he
just
dies and
disappeared at some
leaves and
point.
becomes a ranger.
Yeah.
Which is in Dragon Ball Z. So
That's cool.
He's the replacement for Launch, I believe. It was
I say
supposed to be
A.
Launch.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of
doing
A's.
the like.
yeah,
hey,
I think,
Goku,
he,
here's
I
my
think he could
energy.
be A. All right.
But he changed Launch to 17 in the manga.
Yeah. Okay, 17 is A.
A
all right.
for eliminate.
So now we got Frieza's henchmen, Dodoria and Zarbon.
Oh, hold on, 19.
Wait, you
though.
forgot to put 19 in the trash.
19 goes in the trash. Dodoria and Zarbon. Are they
Ah.
go?
Doria's trash.
Dodoria's
I like
trash.
Zarbon because
Dodoria-
he turns into some frog monster, so I kind of put him a step higher, but also kind of
Zarbon's the one that introduces transformations to the
That's
series,
true.
if I don't recall.
That's true.
If I recall correctly.
Uh,
He's kind of important in that sense. But Dodoria sucks.
And they got
Dodoria
well,
just
they got
transforms.
sick dance moves.
Transformation.
Just saying.
Dodoria's no,
Dodoria
that's
and
the Ginyu
Zarbon?
Force. They don't dance. Those two don't dance. They're just
Zarbon-
there.
Zarbon does ridiculous poses, I think, but
I thought he
Dodoria's
did,
just
yeah.
kind of there to get his ass kicked by Vegeta. That's
Yeah.
all he does. He's like, I'm here to be
He's Kui
Frieza's
too.
henchman, and that yeah, exactly. we already established that Vegeta's way more powerful with Kui, and then
Yeah.
Dodoria's like, well, let's just like reiterate.
Just to
this.
reaffirm.
Yeah, all I remember is Dodoria making shocked faces and getting his ass beat. That's
Yeah.
all I remember.
Dodoria is the
Like,
setup, and Zarbon is the punchline. Midoriya is to set up that Vegeta. Wow, Vegeta's just stronger than all of Frieza's henchmen. Ooh, no, he's not.
I'm going to level with you guys. All I remember about these characters comes from DBZ Abridged. I don't remember the characterization in the original thing at all.
I think that
says a lot right there.
Characterizes them a lot better.
Yo. All right, then Dodoria trash, Zarbon C.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of seeing from the chat.
See?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if
I think
he's
I
better
personally
enough.
like
we don't have a
Zarbon
D tier.
here,
Okay,
but
I got it.
Trash is
Zarbon
D-tier.
is a
Okay.
So flip them around,
Flip
right?
them, yeah.
It's the other ones, the other way around.
When you use the bathroom, you always close the door behind you, right? You don't want a random passerby looking in on you, so why would you let people look in on you when you go online? Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like going to the bathroom and not closing the door. Did you know that your internet service provider knows every single website you visit? And what's worse is they can sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who will use their data to target you. ExpressVPN puts a stop to this. It creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so that your online activity can't be seen by anyone. I use ExpressVPN on all of my devices. It works on everything. Phones, laptops, even routers, so everyone who shares your Wi-Fi can still be protected even if they don't have ExpressVPN. It's super simple, easy to use, and the best part is, it's as easy as closing the bathroom door. You can fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. ExpressVPN is the world's #1 rated VPN by Mashable, The Verge, and countless others. So, if you're like me and believe your online activity is your business, secure yourself by visiting expressvpn.com/dbc today. Use our exclusive link, expressvpn.com/dbc, and you get an extra 3 months free. That's expressvpn.com/dbc. Thanks, ExpressVPN.
Gotta be up there, right?
I think he's A. I think he's a great addition. I think they
Guy's
should have
amazing.
stopped the gods with him. I don't see what Supreme Kai
Can't stop
adds
the
that
gods
King
with
Kai
him.
doesn't. I think he's
Well,
great.
He's got
That's
jokes.
fair.
He has a
Out of
fun
all the
little planet. He has a
characters-
car. Yeah. He likes driving. The joke is that he likes driving, and it's just he just
Yeah,
drives
yeah.
it in a circle.
That's a
You can just do
close
Yeah, he has his own planet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that's a big plus up there, right?
And
I
among
can't
the
even
true.
afford a
planets.
house.
Supreme Kai doesn't
Yeah.
have his own planet. King Kai does.
There's a
Supreme Kai
pirate
has
trapped
to
inside
share
of
his
his planet,
planet with the
too.
other Kais.
Bojack is trapped in his planet. Isn't that a thing?
Oh yeah.
And it gets freed when
out
Cell
of-
blows up. It's
Out of all the
dumbest.
characters that just got relegated to providing exposition later on in the series, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's not my number
Yeah.
one favorite, but he's like maybe number 2, I think.
Well, he's
So I think
perfect for
somewhere-
it with the telekinetic.
Oh, here's everything that's happening. Like, it's just,
Yeah. All right, A
Great
tier.
voice.
A tier for King
A tier.
Kai.
I'm fine with
Brings
that.
us.
He's the last one that teaches Goku something that like matters. That isn't just like, be stronger.
The Yardrats technically teach him instant transmission.
Yeah, but that's that we don't see that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Stop
that's fair.
talking says he's making a pitch for B because he doesn't really do anything after the Cell Saga.
Ooh,
He does-
we're gonna have to
Oh,
Sure, but
destroy a lot of
he-
people for that.
If it wasn't for his planet, Goku wouldn't have anywhere to put Cell at the end of the Cell. Saga. So
it is
I mean,
it is a weirdly good kind of like call.
It's sort of filler, but he is sort of the guide for the afterlife arc. The tournament arc before Cell or before Boom.
yeah, with
So,
like Icon and all that.
He's
right?
still doing
Yeah.
he's still doing stuff. But we're on to Piccolo, who is
Yeah.
somehow
This is my
always doing
favorite
stuff,
character
even
who got
when
relegated to exposition later on in the series. This is
Well,
my favorite one.
they keep
S
bringing
tier.
him. They keep giving him ways to get involved.
Yeah.
So I think he's S tier.
I
Yeah,
think
he's one of my S tier picks. I agree.
I think he's only A because I think he's just
Oh.
useless.
Oh,
He's like
what?
he's-
Oh.
he fuses with Kami
Oh.
to become cool, and then like beat Cell, and then just gets demolished. Like it's so sad that
But he was,
Toriyama
like-
tried to trick us into thinking Piccolo would be relevant.
Damn,
in the
that's
middle
your
of the
worst
Cell
take
Saga.
ever, Liam.
I would put him in A. I don't think he does anything other than
Well-
drop exposition.
He's
After that.
Gohan's dad.
He drops
he's-
exposition, but like you also got to think about what he provides from the beginning of the series all the way up until that point, which is
Look,
pretty relatively
we're
late.
allowed
Like,
4
he's got some of the
S's.
most creative attacks in the series where everybody just shoots lasers. Hellzone grenade, special beam cannon, the Japanese equivalents of those
Special
names.
beam cannon is just a laser.
Well, with the spiral noodle around.
Yeah, it
With
has
the
a
spiral-
it was like a drill.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also gonna say Piccolo is fascinating because he's the first character who really goes through that arc of like from villain to
Yes.
Tien.
partner
Tien.
hero.
Mhm.
Also, he
Yes.
essentially becomes sort of the moral core of the group. like maybe not
Which
the
is
moral
very
core,
funny.
but like the emotional core of the group,
Yeah.
which is super weird, but it works.
I like him chastising Goku.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like the most satisfying moment
That's what I
in
mean.
the series.
Yeah. I think we can put him to S, but
Okay.
if we're gonna replace
Totally
S, Liam, we can get back to you talking about putting him in A because I think that I think it makes sense, but I think he could be an S for now. All right.
I hate to say that. I love Piccolo.
Time for because we're gonna put characters in S and then have to bump the down.
You want hot
time for
takes.
a really complicated one. It's Gohan time.
Oh my god.
B.
Sorry,
No
do
higher.
I need to know, do we have it separated? Or is this
just
all
Nope,
encompassing
it's just
Gohan?
It's just Gohan.
Dragon Ball
It's
Z.
not like the video games where there's Teen Gohan, Kid Gohan, Adult Gohan, Great Saiyan Man Gohan. It's
Oh,
just
that's what I was
all of it is
wondering because
Gohan.
The
they're
thing
very
is-
different.
And the thing
It
is, I love
started so
Gohan in the
cool.
Saiyan saga. I love Gohan in the Namek saga. In the Cell saga, I know people love him beating Cell and being Super Saiyan 2, but he doesn't do anything the entirety of that arc except train with Goku.
He's training.
Yeah, but
He's a child,
exactly.
sir.
He
He's about to
defeated
go
Cell.
up against this dude that's like
But he does-
slaughtering everyone.
What do you talk? He does plenty of stuff in Namek and the Saiyan saga.
How can you say he didn't do anything? He killed Cell.
Doesn't do
He
anything until
literally
he kills
won.
Cell. And then in the Boo saga, he
that's not the
tries
point,
to like
though.
set up some like hero arc with him being, Great Saiyaman, which I like.
I hate it.
But
I mean,
I
Elephant
like
in the
that.
Room
But then he
is-
doesn't do anything. And I think Ultimate
Elephant in the Room
Gohan
is Gohan in the Boo saga.
I think
for
Ultimate
sure.
Gohan sucks because he's just power level fodder. He's just like, I'm gonna feed you Boo so that we make Boo look cool.
But
We already did
here's
that
the
with
thing.
Gotenks, so it's like, what's the point?
Here's the thing. When like it's because of like they set up this hope that it's like, oh, Gohan's gonna be the next Goku. It's
Yeah.
his son. He's following the footsteps.
Yes.
And as a fan, like especially when I was watching this, I was like, when I was a kid, like I'm like, I wanted that. I wanted that so bad. And I got so
Yeah.
hyped when you have that moment
course.
where he kills Cell, and then you're just like, oh, what's gonna come from this? This could be so cool. Will he be the first to discover like a new Saiyan form? And then instead he's like, I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna be a dumb superhero. And it just like disappointed the hell out of me. So
Mhm.
I mean, I agree that nothing happened with it. I think that could have been something interesting. Like he's trying to find out how to be a hero while also like being his own person and not being like a fighting junkie like Goku is. But then again,
Exactly.
I mean, they just drop him. He's just completely dropped. He's brought on. Ultimate Gohan is like dangled like keys to be like, no, look, see, Gohan's cool. And then get immediately destroyed
I know.
in kind of like the weakest way possible.
Yeah,
and,
it's so
okay,
disappointing, man.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I
Right.
want to make I want to pitch this idea of what Gohan is, right? Gohan in the Cell Saga is the result of a multi-arc buildup. Like, he doesn't do a lot in the Cell Saga because he's already done everything leading up to that. His story isn't just one arc. It is his introduction in the Saiyan arc, his
Training with
reveal of his
Piccolo.
power in the Namek arc, his final evolution in the Cell arc. And then in the Boo arc, the way it starts is this attempt to have him be something different from his father. And I think that's really interesting. I do think they dropped the ball with him when Ultimate Gohan, a Power Unleashed Gohan, or whatever it's called, becomes a factor and it doesn't do anything. Like, I think they should have just said, okay, he kills Cell, and now he's just gonna not be a fighter. I think he would be a way better character if he just stopped fighting after that.
Right, so A or
and
B.
just stuck with it.
Yeah,
But
or
Saiyaman,
you know,
you can't put him
I
higher
think
than B.
Saiyaman's fine.
I think Saiyaman's fine
but-
too. I think it's funny. I think it's a
I
funny
hated
way
it.
of him trying to figure
I'm
out
with you,
like
Scott.
what a being a hero is. So he goes to this
Yeah.
really goofy, like
Oh,
over the
it's
top
so
route.
bad at it.
So okay.
Yeah, I know.
Before.
That's fine.
Okay,
But
everybody
they
here has a different opinion, and so does the chat. I'm seeing so many different
B.
opinions. So everybody
B.
say their numbers or letter. We got
B.
B from
A.
Liam.
B.
A, B.
I'll
Scott.
go with B.
Okay, I'm also B. Let's put him at B.
All right.
It's slightly more B's than A's, but it's close. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry,
Here's one that might
Chaozu.
not be controversial. Chaozu.
Trash.
Trash.
He
If we're allowed to have more than
he
one
grabs
trash,
Nappa,
then Chaozu.
blows up and
Yeah.
dies, and that's all he does.
Did
Yeah,
you know-
but-
It was fucked up
Did you
that they
know-
even brought him to the fight. They knew he couldn't win.
Why did they even bring him
I feel
there?
like Tien really set him up.
You want to
for
hear
that.
something fucking crazy? Do you know that Goku and Chaozu never have an interaction in the
Really?
entirety of the manga? They never do. They never interact. That's how fucking unimportant Chaozu is.
Does he
Never
not talk to him when they first meet him? Doesn't he do the like point thing and he like moves something? He like telekinetically. Is that Krillin? That might be Krillin. That I'm thinking.
That's with Krillin.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I see this. All the chat is like, I'm getting A's, B's, and C's, man.
Anyone saying A is shitposting. That's a lie. I'm sorry. No one thinks that. No one actually.
All right.
thinks that.
Would he compromise and say C?
No, we can compromise.
No,
and
he's
say
trash.
trash.
You're gonna. come on. But he's beloved.
Chaozu is
By
trash.
who?
Let's move on. All right, you got Bulma.
Oh,
no,
Brian, you monster.
Bulma's strong. Bulma's like
Bulma's
A tier.
S.
I love Bulma.
I can
Bulma's
see
such a
Bulma.
fun character.
I
Yeah,
could. I
she
could.
so
doesn't fight,
annoying
she doesn't have
in
any
the Frieza
powers, but
saga.
she stays relevant the whole series. You gotta respect that. You
Frieza-
gotta respect
so-
Bulma for that.
Scott, you mentioned the Frieza saga. She is sort of.
She was unbearable.
You don't really know what to do with her.
Okay, yeah,
After the Trunks
Fair.
saga, the future Trunks, I gained a lot of respect for her. He was like this badass in the future and was really cool. And I think that's when I was started to think of Bulma as like a really interesting genius character.
I mean, but Capsule Tech, like, she brought that to the crew, man. I know it's her, like, it was her father initially, but like, I always thought that was so cool. Like, hey, the Dragon
Yeah.
Radar is pretty flipping important.
She's
She made that.
necessary to get them to Namek. Like they can't get there without her. But then once they get there, she's like,
What do I do?
She's
I
Tony
think-
Stark without the suit. So it's like,
Yeah.
what does she do?
I think you can argue that
She reverse
Bulma is
engineers
like.
the androids too.
I think you
Sorry
can
to
argue
interrupt you.
Bulma is like, no, you're good. No, I mean, Bulma, I think, is symptomatic of the fact that like every conflict in Dragon Ball had to be solved with a fight, which
Mhm.
meant that even though Bulma was like, in her own way, one of the most hyper competent people in the series, she was always hamstringed by the plot in that she could give them the button to blow up an android, but she could never like solve a problem on her own or be like directly plot relevant. So I think you could argue her down because of that. I just love Bulma. So
But on the other side
Yeah.
of that,
Yeah.
she puts up with Vegeta.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Like-
in the YouTube
Oh,
chat,
Vegeta's
MLDKF
afraid of her.
MLDKF in the YouTube chat says she was able to domesticate Vegeta.
No.
That's at least an A.
She tames Vegeta.
I'll say this. I think you could argue that she gets even lower than an A because like the fact that she falls in love with and has a child with the guy that murdered her boyfriend of several years and tried to commit genocide on the whole planet is
Just
so,
a Giga
like,
Chat move right
Hey,
there.
Liam
so,
loves
like,
complicated,
I
obviously
okay?
think that's
insane.
fucking dope. All right, I say A. Does anybody else have an?
Yeah.
Let's do A, let's do
I'll do
A.
A,
A's
but ultimate
fine by me.
alpha move right there, right? He just
So-
destroys
so
the weak one.
evil.
What was A?
He's like,
All right.
how could Vegeta do this horrible thing that he does?
So,
every
so
Tuesday?
we're gonna have to start moving a little quickly here. But we've got some
Fuck.
characters that we'll be able to
talk
do
about
sort
this
of
for
like
hours.
quick.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
sound
know,
like a
right?
broken record on this next one, but I'm
S.
going to say S right away.
Yes.
Future
Yep,
Trunks.
Trunks.
S.
S
I mean,
for
is everybody gonna
Trunks.
say S
Yeah.
for Future Trunks?
Sword,
Yes.
dude!
Yes.
Sword!
He has a
Yes.
sword.
The only thing about him, and this is probably going to come into play whenever we have to like bump some people down from S.
Yeah.
Technically, Future Trunks, after he shows up, he doesn't really do much.
I agree.
He's cool,
he's gonna be the
though.
one that I'll
And he's
bump
a
down
good
to
character.
A.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the
just
future-
his coolness alone.
Yeah.
In the future,
and
you
also
did a
the
lot.
history of Trunks.
Yeah.
The history of Trunks special was like one of the best stories they ever told in Dragon Ball Z, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I agree.
And so like I'll never forget that or his entrance, which is just like legendary. He's
Awesome
John
entrance.
Connor with a sword,
Mhm.
and he can go Super Saiyan.
Yep.
Like
And his Super Saiyan
Yeah.
hair looked different.
Yes.
It looks like a little
Yes.
He has to
Very
deal
Yeah,
with
it has
his
a little-
dad. He
very
has to deal with
good.
his dad being a piece of shit. To him specifically is so great. Like when he and Vegeta fight, it's awesome. It's just
All right.
it's just amazing.
Speaking of piece of shit dads, Jiro, Android 20.
See,
Nah.
he gets some points for kind of kickstarting the Android saga and Cell saga. That's all he does, though.
that's all he does. Yeah.
I put him
Yeah.
in
Turns
C
himself
tier.
into an
C-tier.
android. How does
How?
he do that?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of pain, I'd imagine.
I don't like that.
All right, I say C tier.
See
yeah,
for me.
Jiro.
just
Yeah.
you can't lump him with Android 19. Not quite.
No,
Close,
It's
but
better
not
than
quite.
19.
All right, so we got the Frieza,
Uh,
clip here.
he's another S for me, man.
S for me,
maybe it's,
A.
maybe it's nostalgia,
Let him A.
but like this,
A or
when
S, I
Frieza
feel
was
you.
showing up is when I first started watching Dragon Ball Z, and so I've got a lot of nostalgia for that character. I know, but like, he's just such a like.
He's the best pure villain.
Yeah,
Yes.
like he's exactly. He's just so ruthless, and he's conquered so much. He upped the scale for Dragon Ball significantly, and like once you're dealing with Frieza, you're dealing with like interplanetary, space and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
I could say so much about Frieza, but I mean, like, I'll never forget the moments he gave us with like blowing up Planet Vegeta, which kickstarted the whole saga. Which in the
His faux politeness
Goku
is
going
great,
Super
too.
Saiyan in their fight, like, and he's just the freaking best, man. He's
Here's
just
the only-
If we
freaking best.
included Super, I'd drop him down a rank. but
Yeah,
we're not.
me too.
But
I don't
I
like
am
him.
getting
Yeah.
bored of Vegeta, of Frieza at this point.
Yeah,
They
It's
shouldn't
time to
bring
find
back.
a new villain.
The problem is every
Yeah,
time I
agreed.
think of Frieza and Dragon Ball Z, the first thing I hear in my mind is next time on Dragon Ball Z. Because I'm like, God, I watched that standoff what felt like years, man. Like,
Five
So that-
minutes
I think-
took
But-
5 episodes.
All right, so we'll put Vegeta or Frieza at S, but that does make 4 S tiers. So we're gonna start bumping people off
Yeah,
S.
it's getting a
whenever we
little
put them
crowded.
here,
Yeah.
which is gonna be interesting. All right, so real quick, King Cold,
Trash.
he shows
Trash.
up and he dies. He's
Trash.
technically in charge of the whole fucking universe, but he
It
dies
feels
as
like he's
soon
a
as he
joke.
shows up.
And he's
Yeah.
it is kind of a funny joke to be if it's intentional. Like
huge,
he's the
too,
king
for
of the
some
universe
reason.
and
Yeah.
he gets immediately erased.
Just by
that's funny.
proximity to Frieza, I could see putting him in C, but no higher.
Yeah.
No, I think he's trash just because he's
I
such
think
an
he-
embarrassment.
I think he has a funny
I
voice.
don't care enough to fight you on that. You can be
I don't know,
trash.
yeah,
You can be
you can trash him if you want.
He shows up, he's like, I'm the ruler of everything, and then he dies.
He magically changes the size of Trunks' sword.
oh
He
yeah,
reveals that
that's
it's
right.
his
oh
size.
yeah.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
I've never even thought about that in my life.
Yeah.
All right,
Yo,
Screw the dancing.
this next one, this is my like hard S.
Go for
The
it.
Ginyu Force. Are you kidding me?
Force.
They have choreographed dances. It's all about presentation with them. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they got it figured out.
This episode of Death Metal Cast is sponsored by Fume. I know that it can be very difficult to quit smoking. Smoking habits are tough to break, and there's so many different options for how to try, and it's tough to figure out which one really works. But that's why you've got to check out Fume. Fume is the natural inhaler for a better, safer, and natural way to quit cigarettes. It's a no smoke, no vape, and no nicotine replacement for the hand-to-mouth habit of smoking. Fume is made of 100% Canadian maple and uses cores infused with plant oils studied to curb cravings. They have flavors like peppermint and conker, with minty notes to stimulate menthol cigarettes, and other flavors like lemon berry bliss for a sweeter experience. And all of their flavors are 100% natural, no harmful chemicals, no artificial flavors, and absolutely no nicotine. Fume was launched in Calgary, Canada in an effort to build a world of positive habits and has since helped over 50,000 customers around the world. They're on a mission to help 1 million people quit smoking by 2025. Perhaps you can be one of them. Not only does Fume help with the quitting process, they also have a support beyond quitting with over a dozen cores for relaxation, energy, and more. And while quitting is tough, Fume can help. They've got thousands of 5-star reviews from smokers who have tried everything else, and this worked. Again, it's tough to find that one thing that does work. And if you've been trying to find it and can't get it the right thing, or perhaps you want to start this journey and you're not sure where to start, this could be the perfect fit for you. So, whether you are a smoker or an ex-smoker who still struggles with cravings, Fume is the perfect tool for you. It's time to create positive habits and quit naturally with Fume, and we're here to make it easier. Right now, if you head to breathefume.com/cast and use promo code CAST, you are going to save 10% off your entire order. You're going to save on the cigarettes you aren't buying and save on the initial purchase of Fume. That's 10% off your entire order when you head to breathefum.com/cast and use the code CAST. Go ahead and check that out. Thanks for supporting the show, Fume. Let's get back to the crazy tier ranking.
They're the evil Power Rangers. It's no Megazords, but they're the evil Power Rangers. They're Frieza's henchmen.
Everybody
They're
thinks
very
it's lame
fun.
except for them. They're just so confident in themselves.
I'm thinking B or A personally.
I was thinking
Sorry.
B, but
Yeah, I'm thinking B.
They're really
They're a lot of
funny.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've got stronger characters.
like, no
out there.
personality.
I think the Ginyu Force is super fun. I
Yeah.
don't understand why some of them are part of it. Some of them are
Yeah.
just terrible at their job.
Well,
I will say it
Birder
was
says
really
that he's the.
Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say Birder says that claims that he's the fastest in the universe, which just obviously makes no sense.
It's
according
right
to any
there.
metric. Like
Almost
Captain
right
Ginyu
there.
has to be faster.
It's
than him.
confidence, man. It's confidence.
It was fun, like when you're watching that arc, like waiting to see what powers they each had and what they could do. You know, like
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
When they're like
One
just
good piece
hanging out, a
time.
couple hanging out on the side while others are fighting.
Yeah,
You're just
that's
like, what are
great.
you gonna do? Like,
Yes, the Ginyu Force is a very fun moment of the series and a really good entrance for Goku. I gotta say A. But
A lot
I
of people-
can't, I
can
can't
accept
agree with
A.
S, Scott. I'm sorry.
I disagree with you, but
I'll do an A. I'll do A.
yeah, A I think is where everybody's landing for if it's everybody together. They say A.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like that's right.
All right, we got one more, and then we'll move on
Dende.
to the sneak peek. Dende.
C.
See,
Yeah,
He's the last standing Namekian.
If it was abridged Dende, I'd put him higher, but he's just there.
he's just kind of there to.
He's just there.
He's a stand-in comic.
He's the white mage. That's it.
Just
He's
there.
really helpful. I'll give him that, but he's just not in the series enough to be higher than like tops B. Tops B.
Well,
I think
that's
that's
giving him way too much love.
I just don't
Yeah.
think he does anything. Is there any difference between him and Kami other than him just being a child?
Well, Kami, I think Kami
he
has
saved
like a
Krillin's
character. I just don't think Dende has like much of a character. He's just sort of
Right.
nice.
I mean, more so in like what they do. Like, is there anything
Oh.
he does that Kami could not have done?
No.
I guess he makes the dragon have 2 wishes
Yeah. I guess.
somehow.
That's
like-
pretty important though.
He builds the new dragon and it's 2 wishes. So
It's
But does it
all
make
the
us love
fucking-
him enough to put him out of C tier?
All the
Nah.
wish
William in the
changing
YouTube
shit
chat
is so
said
dumb.
C for child.
too. It's just a
And
way
Elder
of them
Guru.
of Toriyama like writing himself out of corners. Like,
That's
oh,
true.
we gave the dragon 3 wishes. Oh, and we took away that weakness it had off panel fucking 3 months ago. It's like
The best one was, well, no, we already brought him back once. We can't bring him back in. Oh no, these are Namekian Dragon Balls. It's a
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
different thing.
So chat's
sure,
agreeing
Toriyama.
for C tier, it looks like. So we'll
Right.
put him at C tier. And with that, I want to move on to take a quick little break, share with you guys a little sneak peek of what's coming up in Death Battle. Let's show off the sneak peek for Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna.
Oh, thank you. And for my first trick, step on it, ta-da!
You, what sort of 2-bit sorceress do you think you are?
2-bit?
Perhaps I was being generous.
All part of the show, folks.
Oh
Yeah, that's right. She turns into bunnies.
yeah, any
Is this gonna
episode
go
of the
Monty
Monty
Python?
Python references
A
is,
little
winning
bit,
in
yep.
my book.
Yeah, we're very excited to do another big magic fight between 2 of the most powerful witches. I guess Zatanna is not exactly a witch per se. Magician,
Magic users. I
Yeah.
think she's probably been
Magi.
called a witch.
mage. Yeah, whatever.
Homo magi, I think, is what she's half human, half homo magi or something.
Yeah,
In
it's
comics, yeah, some stupid shit. I don't know.
comics. Yeah, comic book shit. It's been super fun working on this and creating other. I don't know if you guys remember, but Doctor Strange versus Doctor Fate. This is kind of a spiritual sequel in a lot of ways because of how their powers work. In that episode, we like cut our teeth on that to make this kind of episode work because
That was the most research I've ever done for an episode.
crazy shit to look
Yeah.
into and to animate for Strange Fate, and this is sort of like the next step in what we did with that, which very excited to share with you guys. It gets wild.
Yeah.
There's some
It's wacky.
wild stuff. All right. So that's coming out this weekend, this Sunday, April 10th, for first members on Rooster Teeth, and then it'll be on YouTube April 11th, that following Monday. Be sure to check it out. There will be a live streamed premiere on noon on YouTube that you can watch and join everybody in the chat as you debate and see who wins. All right, back to it. We're going to have to start kind of like getting through some of these a little quicker because there are some characters that I know we want to spend some time
Got
on.
the hottest takes coming up.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Chi-Chi.
sure we do.
Chi-Chi, Rank.
Ugh.
Where's Chi Chi going?
B, I think. I like Chi-Chi.
I like Chi Chi too. I just don't know why
Chi-Chi.
she's doing this.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, I
the
could say B
problem.
or
She
C.
could have been a badass, like,
Been cool.
because she can fight. But I guess she's like, you gotta respect her. Just wanted to focus on her son. Like,
She's
like-
royalty. She's the
Yeah.
princess
Oh,
of the king of the
yeah.
mountain of the,
Yeah.
of the
Oh my
She does
God, I
volcano,
forgot
whatever it's
about
called.
that.
Gohan though.
And then she's
So
just kind of
what's she
hanging out.
doing
Gohan
on the
likes
farm
books.
in the sticks?
She ruins Gohan, and you know it.
Goku ruins Gohan.
Yeah.
I think the dichotomy between her and Goku raising Gohan and then Goten is interesting. And how she wants to change how this family works. But it definitely doesn't really mesh well with the overall story. So
No,
I
she's
know,
like a
right?
footnote.
It's
She's like a
it's not
footnote,
really. My memories of Chi-Chi were all frustrating because, at least
Yeah.
as a kid, I'm here to watch an action show. She's the one trying to
Yeah.
keep the kid from fighting in the action show. That's very frustrating. So
Yeah.
that's all I remember of her as a character. Unfortunately,
That's fair.
the positives about her all come from Dragon Ball, from what I can remember. So for the sake of a Z list, I wouldn't mind putting her in trash. But I'm open to other.
Whoa.
I can't put her in
Whoa.
trash because of her appearances in Dragon Ball, I think are really fun.
Again, we
like
are
how
This is
she's
a
like-
Z list.
just trying to
This
look
is
at
a Z
Z.
list.
Yeah, but
If this was
she's
Dragon
a
Ball,
much-
totally different story.
She's a much better character in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Sure.
For her
I
introduction
gotta-
in Dragon Ball is she cuts off
if you
a
want
Tyrannosaurus
Goku-
Rex's head and disintegrates it with a laser beam. That's her introduction in the whole series.
Look, Goku gets knocked down a bit if it's just Z we're talking about. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll get to
True.
that. We'll
I'm
get to
just
that.
saying.
Okay.
So
I don't know,
So
man.
let's not set an unfair precedent.
I've
C
said
or
my
C?
piece on Chi-Chi.
B or
I'll say
C? Because this sounds like
C,
we're getting
C.
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 C for
Looking at the
Chi-Chi.
Chat,
C for
chat,
yeah, yeah.
chat
Exactly.
seems to be agreeing. All
But
right,
Chi-Chi
It's
for
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
Do we say the
Chi-Chi.
same
So
thing?
we're
C.
putting her next to Raditz and Zarbon and Dende.
Yeah.
Oh
seems
man,
right.
maybe we could bump her to a B. We're excited to announce that we are launching memberships for the Death Battle YouTube channel.
If you join, you'll get access to a bunch of unique perks, features, and content.
Also, for the first time ever, you can watch Death Battle Cast live on YouTube.
And don't worry, Death Battle itself is not changing. We're still going to be releasing our normal content as usual. Thank you so much for supporting us over the past 10 years. Here's to 10 more. I think she
You're
could be
sharing
next
with
to
Gohan,
Gohan.
really?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so she's C. Moving on.
C.
So
C.
let's do the kids together. Goten and Kid Trunks. Because I
They're
feel
very
like they're
fun
going to be
together.
C.
They're very
They're
fun
great.
together.
Great
like
Bs.
C. Goten,
Kid Trunks
like you
did
could
not
argue,
live
is
up
in
to
trash
Future
because
Trunks.
Goten is like nothing.
Yeah, Goten is just like Kid Goku again, but he's just sort of
but like way
more
less
kid.
cool.
Yeah,
he's
and
like
then
shy.
Kid Trunks is
Goku.
just like not Future Trunks.
yeah, yeah,
Wait, is
So-
Gotenks on the list?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
there.
Okay,
like
then,
Gotenks goes higher.
then great. C for them, B for Gotenks.
Yeah,
I agree.
can see
I
that.
agree with that
I think I agree
yeah,
with
that's
that.
fine with me.
because Gotenks is so much fun.
Yes,
Gotenks,
I
like,
love Gotenks.
Gotenks is great.
I think
Gotenks
I have
he's the
a
is
one
like
part-
question.
Yeah, I
I have
think
a
he's the one
question
part of
about
the
Gotenks.
Boo saga where like the idea of him just being losing works really well.
Yeah.
Then Gohan does it as well, and then a lot of characters
It becomes
do that, but
too much.
it works
yeah.
really well with him. What's up, Nick?
So I have a question about Gotenks and just fusions in general. How does Gotenks have 4 parents? That's
Yeah.
always confused me.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
2
Yes.
dads and 2 moms.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with like Vegito, what does that do? Like, what is he to Gohan and Trunks then? And, like, how does that
Hi,
work?
I am Dad Uncle.
Daddy.
Uncle.
Dunkle. Yeah, he
Like,
says Dunkle.
what does the family tree look like while
Ultra
somebody is
father.
fused? I've always
He's the-
wondered.
he's the
Anyway, we
super
don't have to
father.
dwell on that.
All right. All right. Next up, Yajirobe, who almost didn't make this
Yes.
list, but he's actually kind of
Oh,
important.
I would have killed you. Yajirobe's A, dude.
Yeah. There
Yajirobe
isn't Dragon Ball
is-
Z without Yajirobe.
He saved the day.
I
Yeah.
love Yajirobe. He's such a fun character.
I like Yajirobe too, but let's be real here, guys. He does one thing in the entirety of Dragon Ball Z.
No,
and,
important.
and if
No,
you
hang
add
on.
Dragon Ball,
He does 2 things.
Yeah,
There
he
you go.
brings
He's the
the
most
sensu
relatable.
beams.
He's
He
the
brings
one
the
guy who's
sense-
like, not my job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he brings
the
the
one-
sensu
okay.
beams.
He's the one human fighter who is really strong, you know, around the original Dragon Ball era, and then all this alien shit shows up, and he realizes this is not my league.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's smarter than Krillin
This is
in that
not
sense.
my place to be. I will do what I can to help when I want to.
Gonna go fuck
Generally
Korin.
speaking, I'm just gonna go hang out with my cat buddy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you beans sometimes.
Yeah. He
his
recognizes the reality of the situation when no other human being does.
But then he got over that fear to cut off the tail. He did
Not
it.
really, because then when Vegeta comes back, he's like, "Don't hit me, please." He's
All
like,
right,
"I didn't mean it."
So let's rank him. Let's rank him. I'm saying B.
I'm saying C.
I say A.
I'm okay with B. I'm okay with B. Like he exhausts his usefulness very early on, but it was at least legitimately useful, and it
I can
makes
go
an
to B
impression.
if it's just for like personal life.
Chat.
We'll compromise on B.
All
Yeah,
right,
okay.
he's a B. I'm seeing a lot of B and C in the chat as well, so I think we can go for B. Next to
For
Gohan, yeah.
TN.
Oh, but
Tien.
A.
I
if you
think.
don't include Dragon Ball, he does like one thing, and he just
I think Tien is a really cool.
He makes a
I think-
triangle.
Yeah,
He's
just-
awesome in
that makes
Dragon
him
Ball.
square.
Tien is the
He
true
does that until he
first evil
dies.
to good character.
He literally
in
kills
Oh, yeah,
Dragon
that's
Ball.
himself
true,
with his
that's
own
true.
powers.
You know,
Well, hold
because
on,
he
does
learns.
he make that? Is that his arc in Z, or does he become
Nope, just
good
in
by
Dragon
the end
Ball.
of Dragon Ball? Because I
Dragon
thought he
Ball.
became good
That's
in
just
Dragon
in-
Ball.
Yes.
It's just in Dragon Ball.
So-
and it's
Piccolo
it's
was
not-
technically the first one to become a good guy in.
He wasn't
Z.
really a villain in Dragon Ball. He was more
He
just like
cheated
was
in a
un-
tournament.
He was
Yeah.
he was unsure of what his path would be. He thought he
Yeah.
was going down this one path, and then Master Roshi introduces him to say, "No, that there's actually this other path that you can take." So
Chaozu is more of a villain than he is.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
he
he's
does
got
what
Chaozu
Tien tells
cheats
him
all the
to.
time.
Or he
He's
does
got
what,
one
he does
more
what Tien tells
eye
him to.
than anybody else on this list. I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
It's just very true.
Tien versus Cell is one of the most badass moments of the whole
Yeah,
series.
it's
Like,
just a Hail
gotta
Mary.
give-
He can't do
gotta give him
anything.
that.
It's really
Yes.
cool.
And like we know that he's gonna lose. Like there's no way he can actually stop him,
Yeah.
but he still holds him back, and it's a really good scene.
Apple punched his arm off too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who
It's
punches his
a
arm off?
shocking
Yeah,
moment.
he doesn't do anything to Nappa.
I gotta give him. I'm feeling A.
Oh,
I'll go A or
I'll go
B for
B.
me.
B is the highest
B
I
for
can
me.
go.
B is the
What do you
highest.
What do you guys think of the chat? I'm seeing a lot of A's and
If you
lot of
include
Bs.
Dragon Ball, I could argue an A. But if it's,
It's a
just
B.
C,
It's
I
a
would.
B.
I'll
Brian, can you bring up the
compromise
tier
with
list again? I want
The
to
more I
see.
You want
think
to
about-
even it out?
Okay, yeah, let's put him in B.
Yeah.
Fair
I'm
enough,
gonna
fair
fill out that space. I
Right
think
on
putting him
par
with
with Yajirobe.
Raccoon and Gotenks makes sense.
Can we make an
Raccoon.
uncomfortable tier for Mr. Popo?
Or not
Yep.
Raccoon, sorry, not
Yeah,
Raccoon,
yeah,
but Android 16. Android 16.
Yeah.
Alright.
Red hair.
Uh,
you know.
Trying to get ahead.
All right.
Didn't age well tier.
See, an
Yeah, I
uncomfortable
don't know
tier.
what to do with this
Okay,
one.
okay. So it was brought up before we started the show. Popo, everybody loves Popo now because of Dragon Ball Abridged.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
They do such a fun job with him in that. In Dragon Ball Z, he serves as kind of a guide for Dende at first. He doesn't really do much.
No.
He literally does nothing. He
No, he does
he
not.
does some stuff in Dragon Ball, but by the time Z starts, like he never.
He's
does
just to
anything
be
useful
like
ever again.
introduced as like this
He's,
really
yeah,
cool
he's
or-
just like a
mysterious
handler
character.
for Kami,
Yeah.
essentially. That's all he
Seems
really
so
does.
problematic.
I mean, he's important because the lookout is such an important location, and he's literally taking care of everybody.
the fact
there.
that he's stronger than King Piccolo is, and he looks like
Yeah.
how he looks,
Oh, yeah,
is
and
like
he's
a
super
really
strong.
cool moment.
I say
it's like,
C.
whoa, what? Yeah,
I say
but
C.
I would say C.
Okay.
If I had to rank Popo, it would be this. Oh, we don't have the camera.
Okay. I think we can put
See,
him
it
in
is,
C.
I guess.
Dragon
C's
Ball
fine.
Z. Popo
C
is
for
C.
problematic.
Dragon Ball Abridged is
S.
goat.
Yeah, S.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Goat,
Props
even.
to the 2-4-star guys for making that character so much fun. All right, we got the Saiyans. It's Nappa time.
What?
Also, if we were taking the
9,000?
version, it'd be amazing. But he
Yeah,
does
yeah.
introduce the 9,000 thing.
I'll give him B. I'll give him B or C.
I think Nappa does a really good job at what you were talking about for Raditz.
Mhm.
Like Nappa is this threat.
Yeah,
that all the Z fighters like
he wipes out the
they
entire, like almost
train
everybody.
for
Yeah.
so long, and then he just bitch slaps all of them.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Vegeta doesn't even do anything against him.
But
He's
then
just watching. It's
he
great.
has his Yajirobe moment, but on the other side, where he was like, I'm all powerful, everything is great. And then suddenly he's like, holy shit, like, this guy is way more powerful than me now.
But he still
Sure.
tries to tries to beat Goku.
It's
He
true.
just at the end when his back is broken, he's like, Vegeta, help me. And he was like, okay, bye.
And that also sets up Vegeta's character really well too. I think he's up there. I think Nappa's pretty well up there. He's a
You could
good
do
villain.
B or A. I think you could maybe even argue A, just for his purpose.
I think
And
B.
you know,
B.
I'm
Kinda
thinking
like
B.
B,
I
but
don't feel like he's an A. Like, can we bring up the tier?
I think that the chat is saying B. I think B makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed
Alright.
with B. Put Bill
Nappa's
Goldberg
in
in B.
Nappa's a B. Vegeta. I gotta say S. He's my
He's
favorite
S.
character.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Take
Yeah.
Frieza off.
I
Which
think
means
that
we
some of the
officially
problems.
have too many people in S.
Which means we
gotta
gotta
bump
bump
someone
somebody
off.
from S.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright,
you could.
who-
Guys,
bump
we are not going to make it to this
Piccolo.
vote.
Who
you can bump
we
Piccolo, I
gotta
think.
move. We gotta move. So who are we bumping from S? I say
Piccolo.
I think 18.
Oh yeah, 18.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to be.
It's between
Okay.
18 and Piccolo, but I think
Chat.
18.
chat. Who should we bump from S? We got 18 Trunks, Piccolo, and who was the shit? Who was the other
Frieza.
one? And
Frieza.
Who do we bump?
It's
Uh,
going to be between 18 and Trunks, probably, and I don't know how to.
It looks like
Way in there.
18.
18.
I'm
I
seeing
think
18.
probably 18.
I'm seeing
Fortunately.
18. Ah, man, I think Trunks should go, but okay. Let's bump 18. 18 goes to S, and Vegeta takes her place.
She's so cool, but like,
It's a tough. Yeah, it's a
let's
tough
be
call.
let's be
Like,
honest.
I don't want
This
to put 18
feels
in.
wrong though, because
It
I know.
sure
she's
does.
the one who
I know.
bitch slaps him.
I know, she kicked his ass. I'm mad. I would have bumped Trunks down, but
Chat's overwhelmingly voting in favor of 18, so we'll
Yamcha.
18 down.
So no, and feel better about
Yamcha's
putting
trash,
Vegeta
we
where
all
he
know
did,
it.
because even though both 18 and Vegeta have that arc of going from villain to good guy, think about the moments that Vegeta brought you. Yeah, 18 broke his arm, but
Yeah.
one of no, the single best moment in all of Z, in my opinion, is Vegeta's sacrifice in the Buu saga. That's when like his arc was like it really wrapped up
Vegeta
in an
is, like-
extremely satisfying way.
Yeah.
And
Vegeta's like
it was
the
one of
only
most emotional parts of
satisfying
the series.
part of. He's the only satisfying part of the Buu saga.
No.
All right,
Oh,
next up is Yamcha.
hard
Let's
disagree
keep
on
moving.
that.
Let's keep
We'll
moving.
get to that.
Let's keep moving. Yamcha.
He's the most satisfying. How about that?
I
Is Yamcha
also-
trash?
Yamcha's either S
Okay,
or
okay.
trash, and I don't know.
Yamcha, C or trash. If it
No,
was
not
including
trash,
Dragon
not
Ball,
trash.
I'd put him higher, but
I
I
mean,
would say C. 'Cause he
Yamcha
actually just
look
doesn't
at
do
the
anything
picture that
easy.
was
Gets
chosen
killed.
for him.
Okay. Yeah, Yamcha shows up, gets killed, and is like, I'm done with this shit, man. It goes to
Yeah.
play baseball.
Which, like, if you had those powers and if you live
I
in
mean,
this
it'd
world,
be incredible.
would you not respect that? At least
It's
a little?
very smart,
like,
but it doesn't
he-
make
he
for
wanted to-
interesting character writing.
No,
I
it
think
doesn't,
I
but-
just don't think Yamcha's been interesting since the very first arc that he showed up in.
I agree.
Interesting,
Yeah.
no. So, like, he can't go very high, but like the highest B. But I would say C. I don't think I can
Yeah,
put him in trash tier. No,
I would put him in C.
I don't
Yeah.
know. What do you guys think in chat? Trash or C?
If we
I'm seeing
include Dragon
both.
Ball, I'd say at least B for sure. But
Yeah.
A lot
just
of people
Z,
saying
B is
S
the ceiling.
minimum.
Yamcha tier, I like that.
All right, I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing C. All right, chat is merciful. Yamcha is in C tier.
All right.
This
Okay.
is mercy.
All right.
Yamcha.
This is going to get
Yeah.
hard.
Get in your
all
C
right.
tier crater.
Let's knock these out really quick because we need to get to some of the major characters at the end here.
Yeah.
Roshi.
Actually,
Race,
A.
B.
A.
I'd say B or C maybe. If this was Dragon Ball and Super, like Dragon Ball or Super, I'd put him higher, honestly.
Yeah.
But Z is that mid section in between
Where
these
he's just
two
not doing
series.
much.
Where-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He's not
If
really
it is just
contributing very
Z,
much.
like it feels unfair because Roshi's character, like all his character stuff, is in Dragon Ball. That's like, and
Well,
he's like,
I think we will probably, if you guys really like this and think we should do this more, I'm sure we will do a Dragon Ball and a Dragon Ball Super one later on
okay.
down the line. I mean, then we can praise Roshi's ridiculousness all we want.
Yeah.
But just in Dragon Ball Z,
C. Just
think
in
it's
Dragon
C.
Z.
He's just
See,
kinda there.
yeah, no, hell no. I'm saying A, and son of the chat is too. At
He
the
didn't
very
do
okay,
anything in
this is
he
weird.
Didn't do anything in Z.
It's coming.
Well, it
C is
depends on the
coming
chat
up.
because YouTube is saying A,
for RT
A,
and
A.
AT is
Rooster Teeth is saying C, C, C.
Let's just be it. Be it.
okay, B. Roshi's in B.
There we go.
Move
All
on.
right, Babidi.
Trash.
fucking
No,
trash.
not trash.
Bobbity,
No,
man.
he's
Alright,
good.
he's an interesting villain.
Yeah, he's great. He's so
also
petty.
not a fighter. He's
Y'all
like
are
a
so much more
magician
generous
one.
than
It's
me.
really
Which
interesting.
is kind of a nice change of pace for this show, in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
Scott, you want
Ben's point
Bobbity
that
and
he just
trash?
made.
Yeah, I want half
Bobbity-
this cast in trash.
But I think Bobbity is the more well, I don't know. I think Bobbity becomes kind of forgettable.
He let Vegeta have that villain arc again, you know?
He is removed from the
Oh,
story
yeah, yeah.
exactly
All right.
exactly at the right time. His
Wait.
his usefulness is fulfilled and he's gone.
Rank
In a way
Steer
that makes
trash.
sense.
in your head. Just say a number or letter or rank, whatever. Liam,
C.
Chad,
See.
3. You said number.
Scott.
C. C.
Trash.
I say trash. He's C. Okay. Bobbity C. All right, we got the boos. We got Majin Buu and Kid Buu. Let's do them both
Apu
together.
S.
Oh, wait, I saw the other
S.
people in C. F that. I changed my vote to trash, drop him down to trash. Now we overruled.
Okay,
All right.
whatever.
Come on,
All right,
man.
boos.
There you go.
We got Good
Fat
Buu
Buu?
and Evil Buu, basically.
Fat Buu S. I think
Ooh.
I think he's like the genuinely the most interesting like villain because he is like somebody that has been like he only wants to have fun. He's been taught to, he's doing this because he's this is what he's been taught to do. And this is also going to lead into my argument for Mr. Satan being higher than S. Is the only villain that can be beaten through non-fighting. Like the way to beat him
Okay.
is to like teach him how to be
Then let's
good.
bring Satan into this as well because we have like 6 minutes left. We still gotta
Mr.
do
Satan's
this vote.
goat. As
So,
far
all
I
right.
think
Oh,
Mr. Satan
Hercule
is the
Satan's
goat.
incredible.
Goat.
I think he's goat.
I agree. I think Satan is definitely A or S. Kid Buu, Evil Buu. Is he up there or down?
No, he's
Yeah.
just
Middle
like,
of the road.
yeah,
All
middle
right,
of the road.
let's put Kid Buu in B. And then Majin Buu is gonna be
A?
which one are we trying to put in S? Buu or Satan?
Satan goes in
I-
S.
Satan.
But we got Cell coming up too.
Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
We'll revisit S. We'll just start putting people in S. We'll revisit.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's put Hercule in S, and then Majin Buu in A.
This is getting
Then
I'm fine with that.
Videl.
Solid B tier. She was kind of like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think everybody
Because-
agrees with that. Let's put her in B.
yeah.
Cell. I think
yes.
Cell's not that interesting of a villain. compared
I don't
to
think
the
he
other
is.
ones.
I think he gets less
Yeah.
interesting the more powerful he gets. I think Imperfect Cell's
I-
really cool,
Yeah.
but then after that, nothing.
He's responsible for some of my favorite moments in the series, but as a villain, he's just not as interesting as like Frieza. So I think A
So-
tier for him.
A tier. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Let's put Cell in
I
A.
agree.
Okay.
The Kais. Supreme Kai Shin and Old Kai.
Trash.
I think-
C and trash.
I think
Metal
shit
Gear.
is trash.
I think they're
It does
both, yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
the
they're
old
like
one
nothing.
is a step above, but
It's a little
I don't know.
funny, but he's also like,
Supreme Kai
The
is like,
old one, he's just Master Roshi, but a god.
yeah, and
Not
Supreme
as
Kai is
interesting.
just Trunks but can't
He's just
fight.
the same thing
It's
all
just
over again.
Mr. Trunks but can't fight.
guys, we
Yeah.
need to fill out that trash tier. Put them both in trash.
Trash. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, while you're at it, toss Goku in there. No, I'm just
Here
kidding.
we go. Here we go. We got the two.
Oh my
Goku.
god.
Goku.
Should we do Vegito
S
next?
or A?
I mean, I think we've been very
That's a tough
generous
call.
to a lot of characters, so I'm gonna go A if that's the case.
Yeah, I
would
think
put him
A.
in B.
Ooh, not putting Goku in S.
Also,
Not
hey,
putting.
Brian
I don't
had a
think he's
poll that
S.
specifically said, where would you put Goku in? I don't know if we have the results of that. We could just leave that up to what the
well,
poll
yeah.
results
What's
were.
the results for that?
Ooh,
Can we bring that
yeah.
up?
I definitely don't think he's an S.
Oh, S tier wasn't even an option.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, good.
All right.
Correct.
Well, A tier is
A
up there,
tier
but
it
it's very
is.
high.
What's 28%?
All right, A tier. We'll put him in A tier because, like,
All right. I respect
I
it.
do agree that. Oh man, I
I
don't
think he's
know.
inconsistently written.
Oh, he's better than Trunks. You gotta.
Oh, I don't,
Put
I
him
don't
in
know.
S tier,
I
we'll
like-
figure
I
it
like
out.
I don't know
Transformers.
about that.
Put him in
He
S
doesn't
tier,
have a
we'll figure it out.
sword.
All right, Vegito. Vegito.
Oh, Vegito's
he's
so
kind
cool.
of fun. from what I
Vegito's like
remember, but like
He's Gotenks too. He's like Gotenks, but I think like a little less fun.
Well, you always wanted to see, you know,
How many,
like
He
how many
still
people
confuses
can we
me.
put in these polls?
yeah, Vegeta's like fan service. That's he's great fan service, but I don't think he really does. He's not that cool. And he could have
So-
ended the plot right there, but
I think
for some reason they were
Vegito-
like, no, we have to save our friends without wishing
I think
them back.
Vegito and Gogeta get way cooler later on. I
Yeah.
think Vegito in Z is super funny. Like he's really funky looking.
Yeah,
I do really like his fight with Boo in the Incredible Fighting Candy though.
The chocolate is the candy part is really funny
Yeah.
because that's like perfect payoff to like.
It's one of my
Oh
favorite.
no, we
parts
turned
of
him into candy.
Yeah.
Nope.
I gotta say A. I gotta say A.
I'll do
Everybody
B.
agree?
I'll do
I'll
B.
accept that.
You're A.
I'm still just confused what that does to the family tree.
Well, let's
Confusion makes me want to put him in
Scott,
B.
what are you weighing in on here?
I think he's kind of a B. I mean, he was exciting when I was little, but I
Yeah.
don't really care for him now.
It's
a pretty good
like a cool
argument.
action figure. Yeah.
Chat's kind of agreeing as well. I think we could put Vegito in B. All right, let's look at this S tier. We need to drop two of them.
We had to drop it to 4 for the
Goku.
poll.
This is
Okay,
tough.
drops.
This is really tough.
We have to drop one and raise one to goat.
Well, we're gonna have a vote of 4.
Well, guess which one of these fought both Cell and Majin Buu and never died.
Dude, I think
There's
Mr.
one.
Satan is the
Satan.
goat. I think Mr. Satan's the goat.
Keep in mind, this is a vote. This is us voting for who is the best character of Dragon Ball Z. I
know.
don't think I love Mr. Satan a lot. I think he is a fantastic character. I cannot say that he should be in the running for the best character of Dragon Ball Z.
No,
I don't
can't
know.
in good conscience say that.
I'm not meaning when I say this. I think that Mr. Satan defeats Majin Buu and is the first character to win a battle in Dragon Ball Z without fighting. And that's kind of the theme of what the Buu arc is, in the sense that it's like a new generation of heroes. He's doing what Gohan kind of should have been doing, which is being his own hero in a way that isn't like his father. But they gave it to Mr. Satan, and he has a
All
character
right.
arc, and at the
We're
end,
seeing-
he's the one that genuinely saves the day by using his unique strengths of, like crowd, bringing, crowd pleasing
Plus, if it weren't for
to
Hercule
give
Satan,
Goku the energy.
All
Gohan
right,
would
so
have never found love.
And he's hilarious.
Generally, chat seems to agree that Piccolo and Trunks should drop.
I
And
see. I agree with
think that's
dropping
the way to
Trunks.
do it.
Dropping
I
Piccolo
think that's
hurts.
the way to do it. If we're
That
keeping,
hurts.
if we are keeping Satan in there, then Piccolo and Trunks, I think, are the ones to drop.
Really nice.
I'd
think
sooner
it's-
drop Frieza than Piccolo, but I'll
drop
respect
Goku.
it. I'll respect it.
Go Goku to A.
Okay, Piccolo or Frieza. Who should stay here? Everybody say their
Piccolo.
piece. Just Piccolo,
Frieza.
Frieza,
Ugh.
I say Piccolo should stay.
Piccolo. I'm saying Piccolo as well. All right, Piccolo stays.
flip-flopping.
Let's drop
Oh, God dang
Frieza and Trunks. All right, so we have our 4. Let's get that poll up. We're gonna have to do this.
Well, we could have dropped Goku. We could put Frieza back
That's what
up
I've been
instead of
saying.
Goku. What do you think?
The poll is live
Goku
now.
in
It's
the
too
running
late.
for
We
best
put Goku in
character? Come
A.
on.
Somebody put Goku in S.
Look, this
against our will.
gets to decide whether or not Goku. Okay, if nobody votes for Goku, we can bump him down to A. If Goku gets the least amount of votes,
Okay.
put him
yeah.
back in A and bring somebody else back up. How about that?
Okay.
All right, so we should have polls up for people to vote on.
Oh man, I'm watching the poll on YouTube.
Somebody
Come
on our
on.
account
Let's
in
go,
the
Mr.
YouTube chat
Satan.
voted
I
for a
can't
certain
argue.
character so fast.
Whoa.
We got
Oh
a
my
close
god, this is
race.
insane. I can't read this.
I
think Mr. Satan has a genuine character arc. I think he learned something. I think his time with Majin Buu is hilarious and kind of heartwarming. I think it's the most compelling part of the Buu saga.
He annoys the hell out of you in the very beginning, and then by the end, you were just in love with this character.
He's just a joke in the
Like,
beginning,
he's got
and
such
then
a fun
and then he's like, no, actually, I'm gonna give this character depth.
this
He's not
oh
even
my
that
gosh.
deep necessarily, but he has like a
Wait,
He has
is
a dome,
this
though.
poll only up on YouTube? Is this on our
right now. We got to get it up on.
Yeah. Well, we'll just
gotta
since
get it up
we're
on
out of
Arteeza.
time, so we're just gonna use the membership vote for this. This is the first time doing this, so we'll figure out
damn it.
how to make sure to do this.
Oh man, what
We've got a
nail-biter.
very close vote right now.
oh, it's so close.
I think
Come
we will give it just a
on!
little bit more. I'm gonna give it a countdown, okay?
Chat, you know there's one actual
Come
right
on.
choice in your heart of
Come on,
hearts.
Mr. Satan.
All right.
Oh my
What?
god, that's not
I'm gonna
what I
give
meant,
you
chat.
guys. I'm gonna give you guys
Yeah,
10 more
he
seconds
he
starting
means
now.
Mr. Satan.
Nine,
Mr. Satan,
Eight,
voiced by Chris Rager,
7,
an incredible dude,
6,
really nice guy.
5, 4,
Mr.
3,
Satan, the
2,
world champion.
1, 1/2.
Oh no,
Quarter.
we have a 3-way tie.
Wait, what? No
Wait,
way.
what?
Okay.
No, there's got to be.
Mr.
Oh no, we have a
won.
tie
Oh,
between
it's
Mr.
a-
Satan
it's
and
a two-way
Goku.
tie.
Oh,
All right?
Goku snuck up over Vegeta.
It's between us then. We have to vote and decide which
Oh
one.
my God.
Which one is going to be go between
Oh,
the five
no.
of us.
Oh, Mr.
Satan or
Satan.
Goku.
Mr.
Don't
Satan.
put it-
Mr. Satan. I think if it's Mr. Satan Goku,
Okay, we got one vote
that's
for
even
Satan.
easier.
I'm voting Hercule Satan.
Chad Satan. Nick.
I'm trying to figure out whether I should vote for the person who embodies the spirit of Dragon Ball or go for the memes. Spirit of Dragon Ball or go for the memes. Spirit of Dragon Ball or go for the memes.
I'm voting Goku. I'm voting Goku.
Okay, so it's how many and how many?
If you vote for Goku, it all is going to come down to Scott, and I love that.
I'm wearing his shirt, Goku. That's my vote.
Okay.
All right,
Wow.
we got 2 Goku, 2 Mr.
Scott,
Satan.
let's do it.
Scott,
The most
who is
powerful
the
man.
best character?
The most powerful man of the podcast right now. You're looking at him.
It's Mr. Satan.
Mr. Satan is the GOAT.
Move him up to his place of victory. Yeah, look at him go.
Under that goat throne.
Yes.
Hell
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, okay.
Does that mean we get to bump somebody up to S now, though? So there's still
No.
4 people?
No, unfortunately. I don't think
No.
No, come on, throw
That
Frieza
wasn't
back
really
up
the
there.
rule, but the rule was if Goku gets the least amount of votes, we'll get somebody else back up there.
Yeah.
All right, let us know what you think of whatever the hell this was.
Yes.
We wanted to try something out a little different, and I thought that was a lot of fun. So
That
this
was
is
very
it.
fun.
This
was
is
super
our ranking of the best Dragon Ball Z characters. I'm not sure how to feel about Mr. Satan
I'm
being the GOAT.
Completely
I'm going to text
unironic
Rager.
about
I'm going to
Mr.
text
Satan.
Rager
It's
right
not
after
a
this and be
meme.
like, guess
I
what?
think Mr. Satan is fucking great.
I,
He's awesome.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That was a close
okay.
vote, though.
That was
Oh,
great.
man.
Yeah, so much fun.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah.
So let us know if you think we should do this again with another group of characters or whatever. You know, a list of games. I don't know. We'll probably do less than 40 because we had to kind of speed through that. That was a lot of characters, so we'll do a smaller
30 or
list
so.
in the future.
That was so
but,
much fun.
Yeah.
but
That was
hope
fun.
to do that in the future with something else. Probably a Dragon Ball and a Dragon Ball Super list. Right?
Ape brain like make list. So
Yes.
these are super fun to do.
All right, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this Death Battle cast. As always, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, be awesome. See you next week. Let's play out the sneak peek of Scarlet Witch Zatanna one more time on our way out.
Bye, everybody.
Wandatana.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And for my first trick, ta-da!
You, what sort of 2-bit sorceress do you think you are?
2-bit?
Perhaps I was being generous.
All part of the show, folks.